Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be completing part 1 of the Sharval WILDS questline. Let's go. So things kick off in Westmarch and the first part of this actually kind of auto-completes because if you run past the area it just completes it instantly. And the next part we need to inspect this cargo that is next to the merchant.
Treasures from some distant land.
Rare trinkets fresh from Sharval. You won't find their peer. You there, adventurer. I have just the piece for you. If you've got the gold, I've got the goods. You look the discerning sort. I have here a totem. The skull of a creature unlike any you'll find this side of the Twin Seas. Locals say it belonged to some sort of protector spirit that lives in their forest. Surely a good luck charm. Or, if your coin purse is feeling light, I've got some fine crafts from the region. Come back if you need something. If you've got the gold...
Are you aware these pelts are wriggling with parasites?
What? I just inspected them. Oh, the hells are those? Everyone, your attention. If you'd please be so kind as to return in a few hours' time. I need to see an associate about a refund. Nothing interests you? Well...
It's been a while. I should see if Karshin's investigation has borne fruit.
I'm afraid I've learned little more of Albrecht or the Shardborn, if that's why you're here. Only rumors.
Can't I drop in on an old friend for a social call?
Ha! Perhaps, once the world is freed of perils.
Well, since you brought it up, I've a theory. Albrecht could have gone anywhere, but despite his monstrous appearance, he is a child, isn't he? What if he's gone somewhere familiar? Somewhere that seemed safe in life?
A reasonable supposition. What is that?
So we need to inspect Albrecht's eyeball that we had in the last part of the major quest line.
Lazarus, you found him. How pitiful he looks in death.
There is your corpse. If you expect him resurrected, I'll need my payment.
Yes, a splinter of creation. You came to me seeking its power, but this gift comes with so much more. A family that will never abandon you.
Finally, after all this time, I am Death's true master.
Hello, Lazarus. Traitor, heretic, servant of terror.
You're Albrecht. What?
No new answer to me. In life, you were immortal. In death, you will serve our family. Today begins your atonement.
What was that? A vision? What did you see?
An old foe. A necromancer named Lethis. Bargaining with Albrecht for a splinter of the World Stone.
Yes, that is worrisome, but there is a silver lining. After all these weeks, the eye is still bound to Albrecht. Give it here, before the magic disperses.
So like with the last quest, Lethers didn't have a voice, so I hope you enjoyed my attempt at it. Might have to do some more of those if there's any other bugs like that in the quest line. So this is the Sharval Wilds and we're going to be travelling here for the rest of this quest.
These energies are chaotic. There is a risk, but I can use the anchor to locate Albrecht. It seems he's somewhere within the Sharval Wilds. I can tell you little more than that, but there are those that might. The Coven of the Untamable Wilds. Witches local to the region.
If I'm bound for Sharval, then I've got an idea of just how to get there.
With any luck, we've destroyed the last of the Worldstone shards, but its power lives on in these Shardborn. If they are consorting with our enemies, as you say, then their threat remains as well. Be careful.
So we're now going to go and bargain with the caravan master in Rakis Plaza to see if he will let us hitch a ride with him to the Sharval Wilds. So that's going to be how we get to this new zone, and obviously the waypoint will then unlock once we are there, which I'll show you in a moment.
I seek passage to the Sharval Wilds.
Sharval? I just came from there. It's quite a ways on horseback. Endsteig and its surrounds haven't been much for trade this season with their crop failures and rise in bandits. I'll tell you what, if you can pay, I'll take you as far north as Orthrop. Let me know when you're ready to set out.
Let's go.
So this is Sharval Wilds. Now this looks totally different to any of the other zones in Diablo Immortal and has this real mystic look to it. Now when you enter the zone, it will come up with the ore node overview to tell you about how to collect ore in the wilderness, and you can do this in any zone within Diablo Immortal as well, not just Sharval Wilds.
This is Orthrop, as far as I can take you. Endsteig's been levying taxes on merchants crossing their roads as of late, and no offense, but your fare isn't worth the trouble.
I understand. Thank you for getting me this far. Here's the rest of your payment.
I'll be in town a while longer to settle some business before I head back towards Westmarch. When you've concluded your business here, you'd be welcome to tag along.
So on the left of the screen here, we can see the waypoint for this zone, and this is going to be the first and only waypoint we can actually unlock for Sharval Wilds today with the first part of this quest. As you can see, the zone is absolutely huge, but we won't actually be exploring all of this today, as the first part of this quest is only going to take us to a small part of the map.
What do you want? If you have come to trade, I fear we have little to offer.
Actually, I'm looking for someone called Albrecht, who may have passed this way. He leads an army of creatures I can only describe as part human, part monster.
Preposterous. If Endsteig can be counted on for one thing, it's putting themselves first. They'd never permit such a threat within their borders. That army of theirs is the justification for taxing our harvests, even though we have barely enough to feed ourselves. Next you'll tell me you believe all those stories about miracles. Away with you.
Alright love, calm down. So she's a little bit leery. Let's speak to a different villager.
Another villager mentioned something about miracles.
I might have heard stories from other settlements. A hooded prophet traveling the land, healing the lame and the sick, breathing new life into barren fields. If the stories are true, this prophet's done more for Sharval than any noble in my lifetime. Walk safe, friend.
It's an ill omen, I tell you. The wilds are spreading, trying to choke our fields.
So I think you can get the gist from that. I did skip some of the speech, but it gives you an idea of what is going on in Sharval. So let's continue with the quest.
The woods have been strange lately. Hungry eyes in the black of night. My cousin says he saw a man dragged into the forest, never to be seen again. Are the Fae mad with us?
What can you tell me about the Fae?
The Fae, they're spirits, tenders of the forests. So long as we keep to the old ways and take only what we need from the wilds, they leave us alone. Wait, do you hear that? What is that sound?
More of the creatures! Everyone, get for shelter!
Run away! But Autumn honors the wild.
Keep sheltering the church! Quickly!
Now I just have my normal farming build on for this because I use this for everything anyway, and I'm too lazy to swap builds. But this worked quite nicely for actually completing this quest as well, so I'll link the build for this in the caption for the video.
I'm healed.
By the light, what's going on out there?
Fae are attacking the village. I think I've cleared most of them out, but I'm going back out there to be sure. Will you all be safe here?
I'm not sure. Time has not been kind to this church. The cellar is the safest place, but unfortunately we've lost the key.
The church is defensible enough, especially with your aid, adventurer. But we cannot abandon the rest of the hamlet.
If the Fae have made it this far into the village, I fear for the others. Please.
Fae! More Fae!
It's clear you're a capable warrior. Find...
So now we're going to look for other militia and make sure that the hamlet is secure.
What's the situation? Are the Fae gone?
I've never seen anything like it. They flooded in from all sides.
Where did all these Fae come from?
Everywhere and nowhere. The wilds around us. But they fled to the northeast towards the farm. By the light. The farmers. Go and check on them.
So now we need to search for the farm, which isn't very far away. It's literally just here, as you can see on the minimap. And this exits us from the solo story dungeon as well into the open world.
I've seen better days. I don't see any farmers. Perhaps they've sought refuge in the house ahead.
Hello? You're not a monster?
I'm here to help. Is everyone in there all right?
We are. No thanks to grand old Enstig. They don't care a bit for us. That's why we're protecting our homes with farming implements instead of proper arms.
I'm going after the Fae that attacked. Do you know where they went?
The forest. Isn't that where they're supposed to live? Adventurer! Look out behind you!
So like with all of the story quests, it's pretty easy to complete. You just follow the instructions on the left tooltip as always. And right now we need to kill the attacking Fae. So there's 18 that we need to kill, and you can see the red dots on the minimap, so it makes it a lot easier to do this as well.
What has driven these creatures? Perhaps if I track the Fae to their source, I can clear their den and protect the village.
So we've gained some more reinforced scrap material. If you're new here to my channel and new to Diablo Immortal, that will help you with your gear upgrades. If you're a long-term player like me, it will just sit in your stash for a very long period of time. So let's continue.
Ah, if it isn't the adventurer from Westmarch. You're just in time. Racing toward trouble again. Good to see you, adventurer.
What do you know of the monsters in these woods? A small hamlet was nearly overrun.
The Fae, unruly children of the land. You handled them well and swiftly. But even a blind man could see something's rotten in Sharval. Look at this red cast to the air. The way the plants have knotted in on themselves. Now that you're here, I might as well try and fix the glade the easy way. Keep watch, would you? No luck. It's like all Sharval's fighting me. I can't fathom what's got the forest in this state.
I came here tracking twisted creatures called Shardborn. Maybe whatever's happened to the forest has something to do with them. Their leader left me a talisman.
Really? You're offering a witch a dried out eyeball? Never mind. Plug it down, I'll scry its old master. Ugh, my head is spinning. The energy of that thing. Purest chaos. I can't glean a direction, let alone a face. I'd better have a chat with my sisters. Tell them what we've seen of this place, you're Shardborn, and the face worm, and maybe take this charm, dip it in the blood of the sacrifices, then bring it to the center of the forest. It'll snare any fae that come around, and then you barter. There.
Got it. I'll finish your ritual.
So let's go find where this blood is. So it actually pinpoints it on the mini-map, as you can see at the top there. So it makes it really easy to find exactly where you need to go for this. And there are 3 areas, as you can see from the tool tab on the left-hand side. So we're just going to go to all of these and dip the charm into the blood of the sacrifices. So now let's head back to Nizra and complete the witch's ritual.
You're trapped. Leave the people here in peace, and I'll let you go. Damn it. They're breaking free.
Back to the mock-you-rabbit things!
So this is our first experience of meeting druids in Diablo Immortal. Let's go.
A foul right. No wonder the Fae fought back so hard. Beasts choose death over servitude every time the question's raised.
Nisa, the witch who lives here, prepared this rite. We're trying to stop what's happening to this forest. To push the Fae back before they kill anyone else. Her spell almost worked.
Pah! Witch circles don't know a thing about this forest except how to despoil it. If you truly want to help Sharval, come with us. We'll do right by the animals they sacrificed. You want the Fae to leave? We've got to do this proper. When we're done, I'll take you to our elders' camp. It'll get you sorted. Your meat will feed our kin, and your skin will clothe us. Thank you. Life begets life. We return the honor to you, and those who live after.
And we've got some more scrap material.
That's better. Come on. Camp's not far.
Well, look who decided to stop meddling and start fixing. Welcome to my camp. Take a seat. Share the fire, as you like.
Gladly. What do you know of my business here?
I know you've been working with the witches, and yet I'm still letting you breathe this nice air. Why? Because you handle the swarms and you listen. We need that if we want to pull the poison out of Sharval's veins. Nature's a delicate thing. When Sharval's upset, there's no hiding it. Your witch friend might mean well, but good intentions don't cleanse what's rotten. Everything those witches try to help turns the forest one more shade. A shit brown. Oh, we'll deal with the Fae. Funny, it always boils down to domination through dark arts. Well, that might do for a while, but neither beast nor man long tolerates the yoke. Of course the forest's fighting back.
The witches don't revere the land, like you. But they aren't your enemy. Nisa is investigating why the Fae are swarming to stop them. And she's helping me track Sharval's newest denizens. Dangerous creatures, called Shardborn.
Hey, you've half a point. Witches aren't the whole problem. There's loggers outside Ensteig. Well, it's getting late. A night in this forest is friend to none. Grab a pelt and share our tents. We'll search out your Shardborn in the morn.
So we're going to head to a tent and take a little nap before we continue this quest. Now, I'd suggest completing this story quest. If you haven't already done it, I'd suggest completing it once the zone has quietened down a lot. As you can see, a lot of the visuals were affected by so many other players being in this zone, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, obviously everyone wanted to get stuck in with this new content.
Be changed, be healed, and walk in harmony. You are all welcome here. This is a free land now.
And we're straight back into killing more of the Fae here. Literally came out of our nap and straight into chaos because like that's so typical in this game. So yeah, 18 Fae to kill once again, as it says on the tooltip on the side.
You're up. Cleaning up after the witches wasn't enough. The Fae are still swarming. The land's in upheaval too. Just this morning I've heard reports of rock slides, entire groves wilting and twisting, and more of the witches in the woods coming from all over to work their magics. You've put too much trust in them. We need to find out what they're doing and hold them to account. Now, before they destroy all of Sharval.
I have their charm. Maybe we can use it to draw them.
Absolutely not. But you can come to us. Follow me. Nisa said you'd be looking for us. I thought I'd save you a trip.
By all means, stroll into a witch's lair. Just don't be surprised if they kill you the moment you learn their secrets.
I sensed no deception. And if...
So this portal takes us to a coven house which isn't on the map for Sharval Wilds.
I know you want to solve what's been done to Sharval. I'm less sure about your friends, but we're short on time. We're preparing a great working to reveal just what's happening in the forest.
Would you invite the druids here? They're fighting off the Fae. They want to stop the changes to the forest, too.
I'm not the one to convince. Those druids plant their trees and pet their wolves and pretend they're tending the forest. But Sharval won't be tamed, and...
Young lady, you don't know the first thing about what we've paid at the...
So the witches are opening the entrance to this coven house now. Although we got here by a portal, there will be another way to re-enter this area at a later date, which we will find out later in this video.
This is tense.
The Fae don't swarm this often. The trees don't twist on their own. You did something. Like always. What vile bargain did you people break this time?
Elder Maxim, if you can sit on your claws for 5 minutes to listen, we'll share all we know. No harm comes to those within the Coven House of the Untamable Wilds, lest they visit it on themselves.
Ha! Never expected an invitation. Fine. This wanderer vouches for you. We'll listen.
He's lively. Oof. Come on, then. We've stored knowledge and power in the Coven House for generations. The ritual chamber's just below, so listen closely. Don't touch anyone who's part of the working. Don't block the moonlight. If you're violent, there's an old ward that'll rend you cheeks to cheeks. And keep an open mind. This corruption could have come from anywhere, even something the druids did by mistake. Let's go. Quietly, please.
Now, I was low-key worried that I was going to have to like restart this quest if I knocked into any of the NPCs for this zone. So that's why I'm going carefully and literally just following Sayslid step by step.
I greet you, attendants, in the sight of the moon and the shadow of the stones it shines upon. Stand away. Our working is about to commence.
Anything to say?
Sure. Greetings.
Bile rises from Sharval's throat. Fury grips the dimmest parts of these wilds. We have asked thrice, and now we demand to see it plain. Show us, O child moon. Show us what hides beyond the darkened glade. In the southern thickets lies a malignance, at once primordial and somehow fresh. The Fae are swarming about something, and there's an infection to the land that I mislike. No magic of ours.
Thanks for the information. We'll cut it out. And then see about healing the land before it spreads. You can stand by, so things don't get worse.
It may be beyond healing. The Fae are in frenzy. Will the land even respond to your commands, Maxon?
My commands? Ha! Ha 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 ha! Sharval heeds no commands! How are you leading this bunch when you barely understand the ground beneath your feet?
Enough. The Fae nearly wiped out a village. You need to work together to solve this, or there'll be many more casualties than just your pride.
Maxon is giving major arrogant vibes, and I am not here for that.
And how can I be sure they won't stab us in the back?
I know blood has been spilt between our people, but you are not like Aoife's disciples.
If you kill each other, there will be no one to tend the forest. Surely, you can think of a way to work beside them.
Whatever she might say, they can't remove this infection with the care it needs. But with so many Fae, we might not even get close enough. Unless...
We can bind the Fae, if you'll permit our rituals. That will hold them at bay, perhaps even drive them off, while you work on healing the land.
Now, the speech here is slightly bugged because it says Prima Helwig, but it's actually Maxon's line, so hope you had time to read that.
I thought I heard a plan there. I didn't dream it, did I?
Let's move before someone changes their mind.
So the Coven House part of the quest is complete. Let's now push forward and see what else there is to do.
Hopefully the druid's presence can soothe the land.
What could twist such an ancient Fae?
So on the side it says to destroy the source of Sharval's infection. However, you can't start attacking the boss here until you've taken down all of the mobs. So that isn't actually on the tooltip on the side. So just to give you a heads up for that. Mobs defeated, we can now continue to attack the Grove Matron.
It is as untamable as Sharval itself!
Our magic is failing! The land won't heal!
Not as long as this creature walks it. Child Moon, seize what I have given. Let the seasons take their due!
So Prima Hellwig has actually sacrificed herself to save the land here. Let's talk to Elder Maxon.
What have you done? The land is devastated.
It will grow back. She won't. Maybe if you had more to offer than empty gestures, Sharval would be safer.
What you offer, your care for this land, kills as much as it cures. Look at what it did to your own.
If she saw another option, she'd have taken it. The next thing out of your mouth had better be gratitude, or silence.
Her magic will spread from this place, and desolation will follow. I know it.
When will you realize the truth? They gave the life of one of their own to save this forest. And all you've risked is your pride.
You shame me. And perhaps you're right too. I will honor your dead and I will work with your circle to heal the wilds. This I pledge, for however long our truce can last.
So now that he's calmed down, let's speak to Nizra and see what she has to say.
I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Things are going to be harder without her, but we'll manage.
We're grateful for what you've done, and for what you said.
He needed to hear it. And you should accept his offer. The danger to Sharval is not over. Wait. That light.
The magistrate won't be happy with your offering, Emmett.
Blame the crops! I got nothing for you people!
Share your food. Don't send it to rot in the royal stores. They've made you prisoners on free land. Yoked you like beasts. But you aren't. You are family.
So we finally gained a mystery legendary item.
Another vision from that eye.
Yes. It's like he knows I'm watching.
Farmland doesn't narrow it down much in these parts. We couldn't divine anything of the Shardborn at all. But with this corruption driven off, maybe we can count on other eyes to find them. The Fae. There's one who speaks for the Fae. She was one of us once. She'll only be found if they will it, but I'll try and reach her. Take this signet in the meantime. The Coven House will remain open to you.
So that is part 1 of the Sharval Wilds lore complete. We've gained the signet of the Untamable Wilds. This will allow us to teleport directly to the Coven House that we were in earlier. So as I mentioned, you don't need a waypoint for this. And within the Coven House, you can find some quest tasks that can be completed. I'll cover these in a separate video. So that's it for part 1 of the Sharval Wilds questline. Hopefully part 2 will be available for us to play in-game soon. For now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Official Diablo partner.